What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint coming back at you with another CGC Spotlight. This time we have Avengers 4, graded at a 6.5, signed by Stan Lee, first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so when you're talking early Avengers keys, you gotta have issue 1 and you gotta have issue 4. 4 is the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. First time he's under Marvel Comics, right? Because before then it was under Timely Comics, same company, but he was around in the 40s, 50s, I believe. And anyway, he went on ice for about a decade, came back in Avengers number 4 in March of 1964. So this is definitely the poor man's Captain America number 1, which is a grail, like a real grail, like big bucks grail. But this is the next best thing, and it's kind of cool that it's an Avengers title. It's an iconic cover. I got the poster of it right there on the wall. You guys have probably seen it before. And for a Silver Age key, it's a pretty high grade, man. It's a 6.5 signed by Stan Lee. The unfortunate part of this is that it was a 9.0 graded by PGX. So my man 4 Comics took a gamble on this book, man. He said, I know it's not a 9.0, but for the price that it was selling for, and I get it signed by Stan Lee, even if it comes back a 7, I'm doing good. Well, it came back at 6.5, so I think he ended up taking a little bit of an L. But, yeah, man, the 6.5, to me, is still a high grade. I think the thing that really hurt this book was the browning along the edges on the back, or the tanning, if you want to call it. I mean, it still has cream to off-white pages. It's still a structurally high-grade book. But CGC just nails those books for the browning or the tanning on the back. Anyway, with that being said, this is a Stan Lee story. Jack Kirby and George Russo's cover and art. There are 3,421 copies of Avengers 4 graded in total. 6.5s have only 245. Signature series, there's only 29 of those out there. So pretty rare to find this grade signature series. There's 190 blue label, 2 qualified, and 24 restored. So, Stan Lee Sigs, man, hard to price right now. On keys like this, back in the day, well, before he passed it, they used to bump it up about a half grade point. Now it's bumping it up about a full grade point, sometimes more, man. The thing is, with 29 copies out there, you're not going to get a lot of data on GPA, so you got to get creative. 6.5, based on the last 7 sales, is averaging $2,000. 7.0, based on the last 5 sales, is averaging $23.21, which is actually down. So you got to start getting creative, right? A 7.0 signed by Stan Lee sold for $4,000 in April of last year before he passed away. So I'm talking with Dennis, and we're thinking this book is probably closer to the $4,000 price now. There's no reason why half a grade point under shouldn't fetch that same dollar amount with him no longer being with us. So that's kind of where we value the book at right now, is about $4,000. You can't buy a 6.5 blue label at $2,000 and get it signed by Stan anymore. Does it double the value? Like I said, sometimes it can, depending on the scarcity. Like I said, there's only 29 of these. There will never be 30 of them. That's it. The book gets really scarce and high grade, man. An 8.5 recently sold for $5,300, and then forget it. 9.2s, $12,500. Anyway, it gets crazy from there. If I was in the market, I wouldn't buy this book straight up. I wouldn't put that much value on it. I would rather get like a solid blue label 7.0, probably for less. Yeah, like I said, $2,300 is the average. That's what I would do. But you know, maybe somebody grew up with this book, or they're huge Cap fans and they want to have that Stan Sig. There's definitely a buyer out there for every kind of collectible, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it for Avengers 4. You're not really going to get a Captain America first appearance outside of Avengers 4. I mean, even if you got the money, it's not like it's readily available is the thing. You know what? Let's look at Captain America number 1 on the census to see what it's looking like. All right, so Captain America Comics number 1, March of 1941, published by Timely Comics. There's 164 graded copies on the census. Most of them are in the 6.0 range, The 6.0 range has the most of 18 graded copies. Then you have 12 graded at a 5.0, 10 graded at a 3.5, only 6 1.0s, 2 1.5s. So it's pretty scarce. Let's see the sales. All right, so Captain America Comics #1. There was a November sale for a 3.5, $102,000. Bro, you get a lot of just pages graded. Like you can get a 6th page only was $300, or 9th page only was $1,000. That's the most recent sale, that $100,000. A 5.5 in September of last year sold for $158,000. A 6.5 for $175,000. So you're not gonna get this Blue Label book anytime soon for under $100,000, right? Because 1.0 sale was July of 2017, $36,000, and there's only 6 of those copies. A 1.5 went for $70,000 in 2017. So yeah, you're gonna have to get an Avengers 4 if you want that first cap. Let me know what you think about the book in the comments below. Drop me a like on the way out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more CGC spotlights, along with other daily content, and stay minty fresh. Peace.